You're a great example of taking every opportunity and turning it into gold. Wanting to learn, wanting those. What else can I do? Can I do this? Can I do that? What is behind that mentality, and how important is that mentality to someone maybe who's in NXT right now that's currently listening about learning every facet of the game?
Two sides to that. As a talent, and I used to, so, I'm 35 starting TNA, and I would tell a young AJ Styles, I can't really impress upon you how important it is for you to at least know your cameraman's name, your go position or gorilla position, know everybody's name because they're the ones that are gonna make you a better talent. Know them, they're forgiving of that. You just kind of work together. Also I'll go back to my father and my grandmother, is that your in-ring, I don't say it's like the NFL because shoot, there's still folks. Ric Flair 70, he's still wrestling, but but there's only one that there very few can have.
It's the exception, not the rule, right?
Exactly. Right. But like Corey, he didn't do anything wrong, but wow, you can still be a part of this industry in a massive way if you learn all facets of the business. So if there's a kid in NXT listening, I know your goal is to main event WrestleMania. I promise you, it is it will make you a better talent if you understand every part of it. Go up to a camera guy, go up to a director. What do I need to do so you can make me look better? It's kind of selfishly that simple. And, I can think back, I just did Broken Skull with Stone Cold, and I can remember him sitting beside Merch, Jimmy Miranda, and having discussions about his merch and designs and all that. I mean, he was super engaged in, okay, this is selling, that maybe not selling is good. All right, let's go this direction. So it's so much more involved in this business than bell to bell. There really is. And that's where the guy takes it to another level, when he understands the business is a business, but still has that love for it.
Man, our conversation we had before you joined the call this is right in the same vein. Right, this is awesome. You're just keeping it rolling. You mentioned TNA, a company that you started now 20 years ago. This past weekend, they celebrated their 20th anniversary. Obviously, your career and life have taken different paths, but this was your creation. What does it mean to you, even from your position you sit in now, that something you created has had that much longevity and success and generated a litany of stars, some of whom are still on WWE TV today, AJ Styles in particular?
This weekend, Sunday was Father's Day, so I got to spend time with my father, and I'm getting goosebumps. We went back.
I saw the photo your wife posted on Instagram, and I saw all of you sitting on the back porch, and I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, so we were chatting, but just me going to him and having that conversation, and I want to do this. Dad, you want to be a part? Yeah. You want me to be a part? We just had that conversation, and we had to make that kind of decision. Like, all right, is it 50-50? Is it 75-25? What? And he said, I want you to make that call. So I said, all right, you've taught me there's got to be a boss. They're literally, there can't 50-50 isn't going to work. But in my mind, I want him engaged. So let's go 66-33, 2/3, 1/3. So we had that conversation. And then Conrad, I think, is the one that was telling me is, he's like, do you realize TNA's lasted longer than WCW, ECW combined?
Wow.
I would have never,
I never would have thought of that.
And for me, and I know it's a hybrid because WCW to me is NWA, but as an entity, Ted Turner's baby was, didn't last 20 years. So, but also think about just the trajectory of the company and it's no secret. There's been a lot of ups, but there were some downs and quite a few downs, but it's still rocking and rolling and creating content. So hats off to that group in so many ways. Pretty cool.
So what do you accredit your success when things were down, when you were running a company that was your responsibility, your creation, and things went down? And it's been pretty well publicized. You've had some battles over the years in hindsight. what do you credit your willing to keep moving forward and soldiering forward in this business rather than saying, all right, I've had a good run, enough is enough?
I'm delusional. I'm an idiot. I'm crazy. No. You know,
I think a lot of people, I know we talk to a lot of people on here who get frustrated, usually with, thing on screen sort of issues, but a lot of people, this business is not like anything else on earth. So to be as tied in and having this be such a major part of your life, I think it would be understandable if every once in a while you just kind of stepped away or you finally went, all right, I'm done. But you're still here and you're still trying to do more than you've done before.
I've got a passion for it that I can't really describe. I'm one of 5 kids, and I'm the only one out of the family that even really gave it a good shot, let alone have a passion for it. So I don't really I can't explain that, but getting into the business and, that poem, Don't Quit, is something I just read, and Conrad brought it up. That was,
I'm going to cut you off only because I listened to that episode and that poem resonated with me to the point that when I got home, I was listening in my car, I looked up the poem and I sent it to my son.
Oh, wow.
And he responded back, and it hit me. It hit such a chord when I was listening to your story and your tale. And for anybody listening to this episode of ATB, check out Jeff's podcast, My World, where you go in depth with your struggles with addiction and alcohol and whatnot. And just such a powerful, powerful story. So hats off to you and congratulations for doing what you've done since then.
I appreciate that. I think at the very core of it, we all have different kind of life moments. I had a high school basketball coach that really, he drilled it. Sometimes we hated to hear it, but you've got a lot of options out there. Just make sure you cross off the list. Don't quit. You can rest, and that poem really gets into it. But you can take a break. And look, throughout my career, and it's been documented, me and Road Dogg, we took a break and walked. Yep. Was that the smartest thing to do? But there are certain things that just boil to the surface. And look, talent that are currently on the roster and wherever you're at in life, things are going to boil up. The best thing to do is just kind of take a downbeat and take a deep breath, because I think all of us collectively, we're all in this for kind of a different reason, but it is, I've said this in Nashville, when we have different conversations with musicians and tour folks and agents and all that, and they will tell me, man, you guys really are a different breed. And I said, you have no idea. I said, you have no idea. But just I think the passion in me that I really, really, really love. I think we're lucky. I'm lucky. I'm blessed that I got into an industry that I love, and I do. I like to try. I told Conrad almost episode 3 or 4, I said, yes, I am a delusional optimist, because look, the worst thing, failing's not, we're all going to fail. It's not getting back up is the problem. So, hey man, I've struck out a lot of times in my life, but getting back up is the sweet sauce.
Like what you hear? Catch full episodes of After the Bell on Spotify. Follow us now and never miss an episode.